Minnesota, anti-ICE agitators clashed with federal law enforcement in Minneapolis.
And it comes as President Trump is threatening to invoke the Insurrection Act in the city over the continued unrest.
Matt Finn joins us once again from Minneapolis with the very latest. Matt, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Happening here in the Twin Cities, immigration agents are doing targeted enforcements and traffic enforcements all around the city. It's happening pretty much all day long, and a lot of time those agents are met with protests and agitators. The backdrop to all that, at the same time, the established protest location is that federal facility that ICE is using as a detention center. Protesters were seen bashing into the fence outside of the federal facility last night. Some were seen scaling the fence. Protesters and agitators were demonstrating against law enforcement for most of the day yesterday, leading up to a tense night. A group of patriots also showed up to counter-protest at the federal building yesterday, which led to some clashes. Now, video appears to show a person launching a firework at agents. This is happening a lot here. The agents then rush into that person's direction. The protests and riots have been going on for more than a week now, and President Trump is warning he may use the Insurrection Act, writing, if the corrupt politicians of Minnesota don't obey the law and stop the professional agitators and insurrectionists from attacking the patriots of ICE, who are only trying to do their job, I will institute the Insurrection Act, which many presidents have done before me, and quickly put an end to the travesty that is taking place in that once great state. Now, the tension here was made worse after DHS says an officer shot an illegal Venezuelan migrant in the leg in self-defense Wednesday night. DHS says it was targeting that illegal migrant in a traffic stop, but the migrant stopped, crashed his car, and ran away. Two other people then ambushed that officer with a shovel. DHS released the photos of all three suspects, describing them as three criminal illegal aliens from Venezuela in custody this morning. And Fox obtained a photo of the target. His name is Julio Cesar Sosa Silas. He's smiling in an ambulance after the incident. Border czar Tom Homan tells Fox how the agent who DHS says was beat with a shovel is doing.
I talked to him. He's healing, and he's under medical care. He's in a secure location. Not because he's afraid, because of the death threats against his family, but like again, the agents, thank God he's alive and he's healing up. So, you know, it's a travesty. I mean, Laura, I'll say it again. I said it a few weeks ago on your show. If the hateful rhetoric doesn't stop, there's going to be more bloodshed. It's not over.
So we're going on more than a week of the unrest here. It seems like people who identify as patriot or pro-immigration, pro-America are also kind of starting to stand up and maybe push back against the anti-ICE activists. There's at least one pro-patriot rally scheduled this weekend downtown, and we plan to bring you guys updates. Back to you.
Hey, Matt, quick question for you. I know they have suggested and described the attack on the ICE agent by the guy with the shovel as attempted murder.
Yep.
We saw those three guys as mugshots. What have they been charged with?
You know, in the DHS release yesterday, they did not identify the actual charges, so we are still looking into that. Our understanding is that they're simply in custody right now, Steve.
Okay. Thank you very much. From the cold streets of Minneapolis.
So think about this. The ICE agent's chasing this guy down. He runs from the cops. So when he gets him, he decides to fight the ICE agent, which, as we said yesterday, I couldn't believe he was alone. They got 3,000 people here. Why is this guy alone? So they're fighting. So this guy feels bold enough to fight. And then these two guys that come out, they're not two kids, two people with generations of history in Minnesota. They're two illegal immigrant criminals in a nearby apartment building who go and try to beat up on an ICE agent. Think about the mindset. They're so protected in the sanctuary city. They're so reassured by the mayor's comments and the governor's comments that they're going to go out and help another illegal immigrant beat up an American law enforcement official, and then all three of them get picked up. And these people riot on their behalf? Three illegal immigrant criminals running from law enforcement, and you are continuing to riot and are angry because one got shot in the leg.
Yeah, where is the outrage against all the illegals who have killed the innocent Americans. I mean, Sean had a great interview last night with Ro Khanna, and he was saying, y'all didn't stand up. The Democrats didn't even stand up for Jocelyn Nungary, the 12-year-old, or Laken Riley, the nursing student who was assaulted and killed, and said, why are you defending these illegal criminals that are pedophiles and murderers and rapists? And he held up 16 pages of the worst criminals.
Yeah.
And their records. Why are you defending them and not innocent Americans who are doing the right thing? Why are you defending 3 illegal Venezuelan guys who come out with snow shovels trying to beat the heck out of a police officer? They could have killed him. Why are you defending this girl who rams, what is it, a 4,000-pound car into an ICE agent?
Dude, what about the FBI gun case on the bottom of their car that was ripped out? And then you see the video, and then you see them trying to open up the case. I assume they opened up the case, and I think they arrested one guy who was a member of the Latin Kings, a gang member down there.
Well, the FBI, I read this morning in the Tribune of Minneapolis, the FBI is offering a $100,000 reward for information about the people who stole the stuff out of the car because they took documents and other things. You know,
and by the way, Governor Walz says, tape everything.
Yeah.
Good, we taped everything.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go after you.
Well, here's the thing. They have Exhibit A of the guys getting hit with the shovel, right? I mean, even in Venezuela, you cannot hit a cop with a shovel in Venezuela or you get in trouble. There is going to be a gubernatorial race. There is right now. There's going to be an election in November in Minnesota. About a dozen of the Republican candidates for governor were at a debate last night, and they say that Minnesota should cooperate with the feds. The Speaker of the House said the state wouldn't be in this tense situation if it had cooperated with the feds from the start. She said, allow them to get their work done. And a Minnesota attorney by the name of Chris Madel, who's running, said he'd try to get Donald Trump to scale back the number of ICE agents to decrease the tensions while working with the feds to go ahead and get their job done. Remember, ICE wouldn't be there if there was cooperation.
Exactly, exactly. Donald Trump is just trying to protect the innocent people of this city. Caroline Leavitt yesterday told reporters that Democrats are to blame for escalating the violence by equating the federal agents to Nazis and Gestapo.